Hey y'all, good morning. I am going to put together my office chair. It's been sitting in a box and I absolutely need it. Like, I have a standing desk in my home office, and so I've been standing most of the time, and then I also have kind of like this crappy little stool chair that hurts sitting on for a long time. So I need this because I've been having some really long work days. We're in the middle of a deadline right now, and like last night I worked until like 10:30, you know. It's long for someone who's not in public accounting anymore. You know, I do work more than 40 hours normally anyway, but because I was sick for 2 weeks and actually not working, and then because of this deadline, admittedly I am behind. There's just a lot to get done. And I didn't have time to do it last night because I was working, so let's do this. And I will link this office chair in the description box for you guys. I got it on Overstock. And yes, it's pink. Y'all know me, I like things that look pretty. I'm glad that it's not like a super bright pink. It's more of like a rose. It's still a little bit pinker than I wanted, but it's okay. I didn't want, just a plain old office chair, so. But I needed it to be like, you know, not just trendy. I need it to be actually like comfortable to sit in for a while, you know. Not that I want to sit for a super long period of time if I have a standing desk, but you know what I mean? Like, not just cute, like it has to be ergonomic too.
She's alone, the party's over. Lay in bed thinking of her. She needs someone more than ever, but I got to let her go. Sweet life, you're coming by. Sweet life, it's the one thing I can't be sure about.
Okay, we did it. Nice. I am done with work. It is 7-11 and my food is about to be delivered. So I am going to be putting together another piece of furniture that I got. This is just like kind of like a side table for the couch.
Is this all I've been living for? She needs someone else around, 'cause I got to let.
Don't mind the mess behind me, okay? We're gonna get to it eventually one day. But anyways, we are in the office right now and I have been on calls this morning. So actually Juicy had a vet appointment early this morning, so I dropped her off. She's getting a glucose curve done, you know, she's diabetic. And then also, since the last vlog, she actually started having diarrhea this week, which was really weird. Over the weekend, she seemed fine after her anesthesia, so I don't know if it has anything to do with her having been under anesthesia. So she was under anesthesia on a Thursday. It started happening on Monday, so that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So like about 4 days after the fact. She's still eating and being able to get her insulin, but the whole, you know, her GI tract being irritated. So anyways, we'll see what's going on. And then also I'll be getting the results of her CT scan once I pick her up. So anyways, I'm just trying to focus on work now because, you know, without her being here, typically whenever she's here with me, I'm juggling both, right? Work and then taking care of her, because she does need quite a bit of, you know, attention. She needs to go to the restroom more often, you know, things like that. So in a way, it's kind of nice so that I have kind of a break from being, you know, a fur mom. But of course, I love her so much that I want to be around her even when it's, you know, even if it's difficult taking care of her, because, you know, she just requires more of my attention. Now it's kind of like almost as if, like, you know, in this season of her life, it's almost as if back to being a puppy. You know, when they're a puppy, you have to be on top of them all the time and like watch out for them and what they're doing and stuff like that. This is just like the older lady version of it, where, you know, she's not as rambunctious, she's not trying to chew on things, she can't see, so it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of full circle in a way. I just wanted to briefly explain to you guys a little bit about like what's different now in this current job versus my last job. I come from a public accounting background. That's where I fell in love with all things SOX and controls and processes. Like, that's my passion in the accounting profession. And so being at the Big Four and a mid-tier firm, you know, really gave me a great foundation for understanding like SOX compliance and internal controls, right? From a very like ivory tower perspective, meaning, you know, it's all well and good to want to implement controls and be and have a certain structure so that we are compliant with SOX, which I'll link a video for you guys I've done on Sarbanes-Oxley before. As an auditor or an external auditor, you're auditing what management has put there. When I was in external audit, I didn't really have a good understanding of what does that actually mean to the company, right? Like, I can tell them, you guys need to have a control to address this risk. But on a company's perspective, you know, you have to think through more than just, I have to put a control there, right? You have to think about like, who's gonna do it? Does that person have bandwidth? Do we need more resources? You know, where is this information coming from? Is it coming from a system? Like, do the systems talk to each other? Can they get the correct information for that specific control? So there's like a lot more in the background of it. I feel like when I was in external audit, and I'm calling myself out, and I'm kind of sharing this because I want anyone else who's in external audit or in public accounting to kind of have maybe a new understanding of what's going on. So I come from public accounting, right? So I totally own that I had that kind of, I guess, I'm gonna call it ignorance. You know, I didn't know what it took on the back end for them to implement a control and all the other factors that go into it, like I've just mentioned. Being in public accounting definitely gave me a good foundation for what I'm doing now. After public accounting, I went into a private company where I learned that part of it, right? Like the back end part of it. How do the departments actually work with one another? How does that affect eventually the financial statements, and like having a really good understanding of not only, you know, what I was focusing on, which is internal controls and everything, but some more operational things, which was incredible experience. I am so grateful for that. Now I'm in a newly public company. I'm working with management to design and implement controls now. So in my private company experience, public accounting experience, the controls were already in place. I was there to just test it. Now in my current role, we came in to see what's there already, and then for anything that wasn't already there, I'm helping to design those, making sure, you know, management implements them, and so that it's ready to be tested by auditors. It's actually a lot of fun. It is a lot of work, as you can imagine, but I really enjoy it because I'm getting to see different sides of the whole SOX and internal controls world, you know, and I'm getting to see it in different angles, you know, throughout my career. And because I like it so much, I mean, it energizes me. I'm excited about it. And anyways, so that's what I'm doing. So anyways, I'm gonna have a meeting here soon to talk through one of the controls. I'm gonna propose it to them because they're the ones doing it on a day-to-day basis. We'll figure out the design together, and then I'll make sure that it gets implemented. Kind of a brief-ish, I know I've been talking for a while. That's a brief-ish discussion about how work's going. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of, you know, clarity. I've got to get this area cleaned. By the way, y'all saw I put together my office chair. I don't love how it looks against the color of my desk, but whatever. Hey, how are you? Thank you for the time. So I was able to work with, and he has put together a report for the control that we need to implement starting for the next week. Have you been able to identify who's going to be the preparer of this weekly review? For there to be a control, there has to be one person who performs it and then one person who does a secondary review to make sure it was done, you know, completely and accurately. Okay, so if that's the case, yeah, we could have included in there. Do you want me to reschedule and find a time to talk through it with them, or would you like me to walk you through how I have designed the control, and if you're comfortable I can walk through it with them separately? Okay, that sounds good. All right, well then I'll send you an updated meeting invite then. It is the end of the workday and it's been a good day, really good day. So hold on, let me go back. So don't you dare be doing that. Today was a really big deadline for us, and yeah, so anyways, got the deliverables that we needed to do to, you know, complete to a good spot. And yeah, I'm feeling really good. Like, it's been a stressful week. It was stressful trying to get everything done, and then on top of that, of course, like you know, I felt behind personally, but y'all know me, I'm really hard on myself. I had a talk with one of our bosses, and she gave me some really good feedback, so I'm feeling a lot better. Like, it's, you know, I don't need people, I mean, it's nice to hear feedback about your performance, you know, especially when you're just trying your best and you just hope that your best is enough. And it's nice when that is, you know, recognized. I'm really happy with the results of everything, with, you know, myself and then the team as well. So that's the one thing about this job. So I am so grateful for the people that I have around me, and hearing the appreciation is definitely very motivating as well. Like, obviously I have to motivate myself, you know, from a you know, my own work ethic. Like, that has to be there, you know, otherwise I wouldn't perform and wouldn't provide the results that I'm supposed to. But it's nice to hear it too, every now and then too. I'm not saying do work to be appreciated by other people, but, you know, do your best, and hopefully if you're with the right people, they will show you that appreciation. You can't control the culture of an entire company, but like the department and the team, if that culture is there, then I think that's, for me, that's one of the most important things that I look for in a job. If you are doing your best and you're not getting appreciation, that does not mean that you are not performing well or that there's something wrong with you. That's definitely not it. You could just be around the wrong people who don't either, one, notice what other people do, or two, don't take the time to communicate that appreciation. And for me, I really appreciate, I'm using the word appreciate, this should be a drinking game, right? I really enjoy when leaders communicate that, because, you know, then I know they're noticing, and that your hard work and the hours that you put in and everything isn't just for nothing, right? Other than your own integrity and as a professional, right? But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't work to be appreciated or to get recognition. Do your best, and if you're around the right people, you will get that. So that's the message I'm trying to share. I did get Juicy's CT scan. I'm just not ready to talk about it right now at this moment. I'll talk about it later. Needless to say, I'm at peace with, you know, having heard the results, and Juicy's doing well. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing outwardly wrong with her. She's not like in pain and discomfort and stuff like that. So there's nothing out of the ordinary right now that's going on with her, just as an FYI. So let me go get her. Okay, no ma'am, we're not doing that. Child, we're not doing that. I mean, y'all, she has the energy to do this, right? She has the energy to do this. So she's doing good. If you guys can see her left temple. Okay, all right, all right. There you go. The plan for tonight is I'm actually gonna be meeting up with one of my college girlfriends. Have girls' night, you know, so I just put on my normal makeup. kind of crazy day, and I feel like the theme of this vlog is what I'm focusing my energies on and my time on, which of course is work, and then most importantly of course is Juicy. So I have spent the day doing laundry, cleaning the sheets and the mattress protector, and right now my duvet insert is actually in the dryer. So let me just sit for a second and talk to you guys. As y'all know, Juicy had a CT scan. I did get the results back, and I'm gonna try really hard to get through this without crying. Fuck, man. I felt like I was like at peace with it, but of course when I start talking out loud, it kind of, I'm getting a little emotional. Anyways, so the lump on her head, it is a soft tissue mass, meaning that it is a tumor. Unfortunately, because of its location, it's right here on her temple. They can't get a biopsy of it without doing surgery. So we don't know if it's benign or malignant at this point. So I was just weighing, you know, the risks of doing like an invasive surgery like that for her compared to, like, you know, realistically, if I'm being like realistic, right? The benefit of that to her overall quality of life in this stage of her life, right? She's in her, I don't know if the term is golden years, but you know, she's almost 13. She'll be 13 in December. She has a slew of health, you know, things going on. And, you know, as her mother, I have to make that decision whether, you know, like outside of it just being there, you know, for the most part, you know, her quality of life is okay. For this season of life, being blind, diabetic, tracheal collapse, and then, you know, having consistent like infections of some kind. And but, you know, she's eating well and she still has energy and everything, so I don't feel it's her time yet whether to put her through something like that, you know, going under anesthesia again and it being so invasive, you know, it would be a lot. So I've decided and my vet agrees with me, is to just leave it as is. Like, at least now I know. It could have been an injury, it could have been like her inner ear could have been infected, it could have been something else, but now I know what it is. So it was helpful to have that CT scan. And so what we're gonna do is just monitor it and, you know, maintain her quality of life, address issues as they come up, and as long as she's comfortable, you know, I'm gonna have, who knows how much time I have left with her. So I'm just gonna enjoy all the time I can with her. So, sorry. I think saying that out loud makes me really sad, but again, like, if I'm being realistic, I hate that, like in every vlog I'm crying, but you know, this is a very tough season of life for me. But what I'm, you know, obviously, like, knowing this information has been helpful because, you know, all I can do is my best for her. And the vet that I go to said that, you know, overall, given all of her health things that are going on, she doesn't show it. Like, she's happy, she's, you know, sassy, she knows she's well taken care of by me because she expects that from other people. I mean, you know, that's all I can do. So I do have peace in the fact that I'm doing the best I can for her. I guess it's more like, and of course, like, I'm gonna focus on the fact that I do have more time with her. I don't know how much time. Potentially she could still be around for another year or 2 or 3 or however long, you know, her lifespan is. But I knew, you know, obviously as we're getting older, as we're getting up there in the years, you know, I know that, you know, it's finite. It's not, you know what I mean? So coming to terms with that has been, you know, hard because she's been with me since, I've had her since she was 2 months old. So she's been with me since college. She's been through like everything with me, right? But what I'm trying to focus on now is just enjoying whatever time I have left with her. So like I was saying, like, I feel like what I'm sharing in this vlog, I know it's been real chatty, it's really given me focus and clarity on what I want to spend my time and my energy on. While I was at the tail end of my quarantine for COVID, I did join a dating app. just because one of my friends kind of like, you know, made me feel kind of comfortable about it. Like I was like very against it. Not much to tell you guys there. I was on it, chatted with a couple guys, but like yeah, anyways, I can talk more about it at another point, but I didn't meet anyone, didn't exchange my number with anyone. Like, I just don't feel like it's for me. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just not for me. And also because I'm trying to practice being more open, you know, because I'm very guarded and, you know, closed off and stuff like that. And as you guys know, like, you know, I'm still healing, but I kind of just like wanted to dip my toe in the water, and I dipped and I'm out. I don't want to do it, you know, at this moment in time. If I were to bump into my person, great, but I'm not actively looking, you know what I mean? So anyways, okay, so I feel like it's kind of helped me with that. Like, it's helped me gain clarity on what do I want to spend my time on. I don't want to spend it on, like, the app is annoying. Like, I don't want to spend it on like looking at people who liked my stuff and seeing if, you know, and seeing if there's a possible connection through spending time, you know, chatting and then potentially meeting up with them, which I didn't do that, but I just don't want to spend whatever free time that I do have. It's I don't want to spend it on that. Juicy being my number one priority, like, it leaves me with just a little bit of free time, and I'm going to be very picky and selective about how I spend that free time. So my current connections of, you know, my girlfriends who are good people, like down to their core and in their soul are just good people, you know, going and having dinners with them, like, because I do need like a little bit of me time, right? I'm just trying to share kind of some lessons learned, right? And I think you guys know me well enough now that even though I'm going through a really tough season, I think the great thing about, you know, what I've been through in my past, especially with my career, is I've kind of like, I've practiced it enough to look for the lesson, look for like, okay, I'm going through something rough. I don't deserve it, but is there something I can learn from it? That has been helpful, you know, in the past, because now I'm applying it to my personal life. And although it is a tough season right now for me, I'm growing, and I know I'm getting even stronger and tougher, and that's something that I've realized, especially during this time. I'm very proud of myself because I know I've gone through hell multiple times in my life, and each time I'm growing from it and I'm getting stronger, and, you know, I know that it's just prepping me for whatever's to come in the rest of my life. My mindset like that wasn't always there, you know, especially early on in my career, it wasn't like that. It kind of like really weighed heavily on me, like it affected my self-esteem as a professional and everything. And slowly over time, I just practiced it. Like, it's not a natural thing for me to seek the, you know, positive and seek the lesson. Like, it wasn't a natural thing. After time of practicing it, it has now become a habit. If you're kind of like that, where you're going through hard situations and where like you just don't feel like you're at cause over the situation, right? We can't control everything, but I think to be able to put yourself in a position of like feeling like you're an active player in what's going on is to practice looking for the lesson. Pressure creates diamonds. You know, I've been saying that for years, right? Pressure creates diamonds. So looking for that lesson and seeing like, what is it that you're going through that's going to make you a stronger person? And the more you practice it, the more that it just becomes a habit, because now that's what I do. I just like, you know, it, like, I know I'm going through a really shitty time, but I know, you know, I kind of have a little bit of relief to know, like, okay, I'm getting stronger. These are the things I'm learning and stuff like that. So anyways, okay, I'm gonna stop blabbing. I'm gonna get my bed together. So yeah, my focus is juicy, work, and healing. So there you go. And y'all.
We just clicked like a switch. I felt that such less losing time with you.
Now I'm going to be putting together my nightstand. So I don't know if you could tell, like, I love this bed frame. It's from Ashley Furniture. I'll link everything in the description box, by the way. This dresser is from Living Spaces. It's super cute. Sorry, the lighting is crazy. So the nightstand, I found it on Overstock, and I have to assemble it. It's like kind of in the same family-ish. So And it's gonna be over on that side, so you can't, like, they're not gonna be right next to each other. But anyways, I'm gonna put this together. I like this bed frame. It has like a really wide, you can see, base here, and I keep putting things on it, but I kind of wanted a lamp so that I can like read at night and not use the overhead lights. I want a little bit more softer ambiance. I'm originally going to use a sconce. I don't really want to hang up too much stuff on the walls. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. So anyways, let's put this together.
Feeling safer though. When you don't like the weather, you could really borrow my sweater. I'd rather be cold as ice. If you all want, we don't care whatsoever. Yesterday was so much better. I'd rather be cold as ice. If you all want, we see to see everything how it should be. Staring at empty glasses, leaving it all behind. Stupid kids, so blind, afraid to do it your turn. When you don't like the weather, you could really borrow my sweater. I'd rather be cold as ice. If you all want, we don't care whatsoever. Yesterday was so much better. I'd rather be cold as ice.